Question: is it better to have knowledge or is it better to have questions? So the IB similarly asked us just a few years ago in a ToK Essay question. Of course, it's a false dichotomy, a dodgy duality, a balmy binary, a herring that's turned red. The opposite of having questions is not having knowledge, because questions are knowledge. The opposite of having questions is not having questions, because questions are knowledge. To have a question is to know that you don't know something, and in itself, that's knowledge. Having questions is a form of knowledge. It's a known unknown. And so the questions at the beginning of the ToK essay process are absolutely key to making that process successful. The questions that students ask of themselves and the questions that you ask of them will have big impact later on when they get into the process of writing the essay. Trust me, I've done it many times before. Hi, I'm Daniel and welcome to ToK Today. So in today's video, I want to give you a free resource, a set of questions that you can give to your students to ask at the beginning of the ToK essay process. I call these the ToK Essay Activators. They activate thinking about the essay. Now, they seem pretty straightforward. They're just a few questions on a sheet, and maybe this is more for new teachers of ToK than it is for experienced teachers. But for new teachers, the resource is there for you. You can just grab it, you can use it. It will save you thinking time and it will save you grey matter energy expenditure. So I tend to use these ToK Essay Activators at the beginning of the essay process, give them to students to use on their own, individual work, not talking to other people, forming their own ideas right at the beginning, trying not to be too influenced by other people's ideas, putting in that hard mental effort, which will form the solid foundation for success in the essay later on. These ToK Essay Activators seem very simple, but they actually can have a big effect. They can make the process much easier later on. You see, if students form their own ideas early on, then it becomes much easier for them when they start to write the essay to be able to find their way through and to be able to answer the complex and difficult bits of the essay. Too often, I've been in that situation where students come to me and they said,
"Well, I'm not really sure what to write next, Mr. Daniel."
And I say, well, what were you thinking of when you chose the essay question? What were your arguments going to be? And they'll sort of be a bit vague or not entirely sure. And that's probably because I haven't spent enough time getting them to form that solid foundation of their own thinking early on in the process. And these questions are designed to help them to form that solid foundation. So spend time on that period of the essay process, getting students to develop their own understanding before you put them into collaborative work and before they start to look at stuff on the internet from people like me. It's a reflective process where students are drawing on prior knowledge, integrating that with current knowledge, and then they're using that to form future knowledge, okay? That sort of integrated synthesis of understanding that they're going to need to be successful on the essay. If they can do that, then I promise you it will make the process easier for them and it will make the process easier for you, especially if you're having to supervise sort of 15 or 20 students in the same class. You can't be coming up with ideas for each and every student. So these ToK Essay Activator questions, which I'm showing on the screen now, are available on the blog, toktoday.com. There's a link in the video description. You can go over there, you can pick them up for free and use them in your class. I'll make a PDF and a sort of PowerPoint slide so you can project them easily and use them at will. if you find the resource useful, then I'd be really happy if you would give me a like or even maybe a subscribe. It's a symbiotic relationship. I give you free stuff. It costs you nothing to give me a like and a subscribe. And if you want to leave a comment below or you want to suggest other content for the channel, then please go ahead and do so. For now, I'll say stay ToKtastic, have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.